the swords?
So with Tempo Royale, I'm using a controller. So if I'm just swinging with melee on the spot, you can just do some simple combos with your Tempo Royale. That's no movement input. The second you start adding movement, you get different things happening. You're moving forward, you're swinging quicker. And then if you start from a block, there's a gap closing that happens. So that's just there, and then you can chain that into the other combos. So that's just the base melee with this particular stance, with this particular heavy blade.
Yep.
So you got.
So you're not doing any crazy controller gymnastics or
Nothing.
button gymnastics on keyboard to do this.
It's literally, am I moving forward, yes
Yep.
or no? And then when I stop, I switch into the other combo system,
Yep.
and then if I add a block in there, I can go forward with that.
Oh,
So
cool.
they're all interruptible, and
It feels good.
it's unified across all stances now. So
Yes.
you're not getting a new stance, going into the menu, going, oh, what is the controller gymnastics to do this one? Oh, those are too hard. I don't like the stance, but I like it visually. So these all have the same kind of memory button feel, so that when you change stances or change weapons, it's not a completely different game that breaks your brain.
And now, what used to be the channeling button is heavy attack, so you can add a heavy attack into those combos. So you can see right there, I'm just using my trigger, and all of a sudden I'm doing a heavy attack in there. So heavy attack you can do on your own, or you can add it in between combos standing still. Bam!
Great. And I think just what I'm loving all of these changes. I would say that this is at like a 50% polish level.
Correct. Keep that in
I
mind.
know Jeff has animations and stuff, and I know the effects guys have just started looking at it. So we're the sound guys don't even think have done a pass to re-emphasize the charge attacks and those sorts of things.
And I think right now we have, like, it'd be cool to get both charge attacks in there as an option, so he knows which position you're in to play the appropriate one.
That's right. So you're not always
you're not always like popping back and forth. But
And your much loved ground attack is still here, does some damage, but if you do a heavy, if you do a heavy ground attack, you get to do the directional movement. So this is when, if you choose to do it heavy style, you can sort of pick in the air where you're going to land, and you go to that spot.
Yep.
So it's kind of directional slams now.
So regular slam,
Yep.
what you know and love,
Yep.
and as Scott was saying, directional slams. You get a little bit of a pause, bam, and then that guy just got wrecked.
Yep. And so that, like, I think that would be like the acceleration curves and those other little bits of polish there.
Yes.
I think will be coming as the guys have proven this out. It looks amazing.
Needs more camera shake.
Yeah.
on the big slams, I think.
Yeah, so if I'm actually going to use this in combat with this particular weapon, I'm going in. These guys are getting, I'm going to move into a block. I want to close the gap, so in I go, just take out some dudes. I see a dude over there. I'm going to heavy melee towards him. And I missed him, but let's see what's going to go on here.
Maybe the radius is not quite tuned for that yet.
Yeah, again, this is like the midway point. Oh, no. So.
He humiliated you.
No, it's all right. It's a stinking thing. I can just knock that off. Suck it.
Nice. Yep.
So yeah,
Get some aerials going. I want to see that. Oh.
So the other thing we are changing is aerial combos as well.
I love the charge on.
All the things I did on the
Simplify.
ground, you can do in the air as well. So you sort of get a sustained air combo. So if you're going for, bags of health in the air, whatever it may be, you get to float a bit more as opposed to just one movement boost and that's it.
yeah, that's great.
So in this case, let's see.
Feels very ninja.
It's very ninja. Those guys just got wrecked.
Oh, that was cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
So we're doing some fun action here. There's an aerial combo.
I think even this system even highlights the animations a lot nicer as well. Like
Yep. The interrupting
Yeah.
the combos, I think, is a big change that's very successful.
But I think
yeah,
it's going to be
that's
clear
incredible.
for players to kind of know,
Yep.
kind of what attacks they're going to use and whatnot.
Yeah. And I think like just seeing how Rebecca's starting to learn it, it's the depth is still there. It's just you don't need to be memorizing Morse code in your head to get at the cool animations.
Yep.
And I think the implicit on the movement stick has really cleaned that up a lot, so that you're not like tap, tap, hold, tap, tap, hold nonsense.
Spin attacks are still there, as you can see.
But you still get to do that expressiveness. It's just on the direction now.
The ground slam only takes long if you do a heavy ground slam. Sorry, let me just line myself up there. If you do a regular one, it's the exact same. You just smack down. So there's
still quick.
two variants. The normal one is still there. So you can do air combos, or you can just do the ground, but then the heavy one's there. So I'm going to switch weapons soon, but I just wanted to go over a couple things with this, because I know a lot of people are curious about how the combo counter plays into this, and there's basically, a lot is going to change, but we saw from reading the Devstream thread for questions is how are you going, like basically by touching the combo counter, we're nerfing high-end scalability and content. And the way mods are going to play into this will allow you to maintain certain levels of combo. And there's a lot to be aware of with powers that scale with combo counters and things like that. So this is not the stream we're going to get into that. That is, like we said, we're at the 50% point here, and we just want to show you how your weapons and the combat itself is going to play out.
Yeah, this will definitely shake up the kind of the meta of Melee.
Yeah.
So there's definitely going to be changes that people need to get used to.
Yep.
But across the board, there's been a a very radical buff on the damage that all these weapons
Yes.
do. There's been a radical buff on the ranges.
Yes.
The ranges are better represented by the effects, so you have a better idea of where your sword can hit. The combos are more purpose-built for single target attacks versus group target attacks. So if you're trying to build your combo counter to dump it into your melee hits or your heavy hits,
Yeah.
then you have a combo that you want to use for that stuff, and it's very purpose-built now, I
Yes.
think.
And I have the Fang Prime on, which is a weapon that a lot of players think hasn't got love because dual daggers and all that. So right now I'm using the spinning needle stance, and just to show you, I'm doing my block, I'm doing my gap closer. So that's one stance, and I just want to give you guys an example of how different the stances behave per weapon as well. So if I put the sinking talon on to do my gap closer here, it's totally different. So again, the animation, like you were saying, really shines.
Yep. And if there's mods that affect channeling and things like that, those are
All being repurposed.
those things are still going to have a great value. We're not ditching the value of that, but they will be redirected, so to speak, to dovetail with the new system. Yes.
And all
Yep.
blocking goes towards combo counter, so you can see me building my combo.
I
up here.
love that. I love that actually. Yeah, this is. Yeah. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, in this version, Scott, energy is not being consumed
No.
by melee anymore.
No.
Yep. So you're no longer having to make a bad sacrifice
Nope.
for that trade-off. Yep.
Yes, indeed. So range has been greatly addressed between weapon types. As you guys know, high range melee is really the way to go. But with the speed and the damage changes that are coming, everything is starting to really balance out. Bam!
Yep. Nice.
Yeah,
Very
that's
nice.
good.
So that was a heavy ground slam.
So I see questions about specific mods and stuff going by. I think that'd probably be better to do like a dev workshop
that's a part
type
2 thing.
post that kind of explains what mods are changing, how they're changing, where they're going, kind of what the stats are once they get closer to finalized.
Yeah.
Joe did a great job of making sure that everything still had a purpose. So I think we'll be able to share that hopefully soon as we
Great.
get further along with this.
All right.
Yes.
The monumental task of addressing
Nice.
every weapon and every stance has kind of been tackled. Now it's like you guys said, it's that 50% polished stuff that it needs to get finished up now.
Yep.
Yes.
And it does seem really polished. I'm not bagging on the polish.
Yeah.
I just think
No, it's already in a
the,
good spot.
the effects and
yeah.
audio guys will want to go in and take these new events and make sure they.
I think it's what you guys talked about, taking that base system now and making it a little bit more Warframe as well.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think to that point, there's so many little things that matter here. Like, what about the prime armor I bought that has a channeling effect? And what about this? And those are, again, the things that we will make sure we have covered and why we're at sort of the 50.
Well, we can talk about that a little later too.
Yes.
There's some new.
Yeah.
There's stuff we're experimenting with, like
Yeah.
like a system ad and stuff.
Yes.
You were talking about doing, when Melee's equipped, doing the bullet dodge, has some damage with it now. And
Yeah. So it would change some mobility actions. So if you bullet jump when you're melee, just in the animation, it'll be just a natural attack every time you bullet jump.
Yep.
So you can use it as a.
If you're in melee mode.
If you're in melee mode, yeah.
And there's also
So-
some consideration for close quarters combat. Right now, if you're rolling in Warframe, you're doing your dodge rolls and everything, they're quite substantial in how much ground they cover. But if you have your block up and you do them, we're doing a more tight quarters one, so they're just a little more snug, so you can stay and do your...
That's smart. That's really good. Yep.
You can just stay and engage
stay
in
within
that.
combat
Yeah.
range. And
Yep.
Exactly. So that's a new feature as well. Oh, hopefully we can mod or just not have them get me mid-punch, you stupid fool. Right, so we've done heavy blades, we've done dual daggers. I'm just gonna do, let's see, maybe chat can give us some they might want to see. I know I have the the tonfas as well, which look awesome.
Oh goodness.
Let's use the Data Reaper. These are your babies.
Yep.
Yep.
People are giving requests, but I think we're just showing the stuff that's.
Oh, we can
the
take
furthest
one.
along.
Claw. We'll do claws. I just saw. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the Gemini cross stance. It's gap closing block 1. So you can see I'm building up my combo counter, closing the gap. Bam.
That's hilarious.
So again, these are unmodded, so they're just doing their thing. Oh, fool.
Yeah.
Need prime sure-footed.
From going through all of the data and all of the stances and all of the attacks, there was lots of also mistakes made.
Yes.
There was, certain strikes weren't where the swing was showing in the animation. It wasn't actually in the data.
Yes.
So there was a ton of cleanup. So
Great.
hopefully all the melee feels just more solid in general. You don't have those swings where you're like, I thought that should hit.
Why didn't that hit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Great.
hopefully, the big giant review of this has really helped with the feel of it as well.
Indeed.
Yeah, they've reworked how the blade edge slashes work too. They're a lot tighter and a lot.
I get knocked down too
a lot
much.
more pretty.
Oh,
Well, that particular enemy is not
there you go. Make him unable to do anything.
perfect.
We can do an aerial combo. Fool.
Continues to float away.
I know, I'm too strong. Look at this fool. They just died. The bleed. The bleed got him. Yeah, so
Yeah,
this
is showing really well.
Yep.
I'm really impressed.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yep.
Anyway, I could literally just play this with
Joe
the
and
rest of the
Gabe have
stream.
been working really hard on this.
They really have.
So
Yeah, they've been working on it for
definitely-
months.
Definitely
Yeah.
appreciate their work.
Well, if we're going to use claws, we
So
should
good.
use
Get the
Valkyrie.
clawers.
We should
Claws.
use Valkyrie
Claws.
if we're going to use claws, in my opinion. Give item Vinka, and then we'll use, what's a stance? The dino one. Give item Malicious Raptor.
Man, I remember all these names.
It's part of the job, boss. All right, so let's see what our gap closer is. Oh, our gap closer is all about the little, okay, all right. I like what's happening here.
Is it hooked up?
I just got knocked down again, you fool. Die.
Nice. Oh,
Okay, so it's like a little boxer.
yeah.
Like I'm getting
Yep.
little jabs. Oh, baby.
Yep. I'm feeling it.
Yes.
Yeah, that looks great. Nice hit.
Yeah,
too.
so if you do this is
Yep.
no movement.
Yep.
This is with forward movement.
Yep. Yep.
And that's just the Venka with Malicious Raptor. So this is the forward movement one. And then if I go into block, or if I do my little ground slam.
Talk about the dual wield stuff with the gun and sword.
No.
This will bring that as well, right?
Yeah.
That is planned, yes. We can.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's hooked up right now.
I think
Is
there
that hooked up?
There
That
is
one-
certain
Some weapons, are
that work.
more finished than others.
Yeah.
There's content missing.
There's a little bit of content missing, but this will also bring the ability to bring a one-handed weapon and a one-handed sword
Yep.
Right.
and combo them together.
How do we do that? Can we?
I
we-
can try.
Can we try this?
This is a dev stream.
Is Joe
If something
watching?
doesn't go wrong, then
See if he
all
has
right.
the give item.
Let's see it. Maybe I'll just do
I
give
think
item.
you have to
I
give
think you had to
item.
equip one of each.
Yeah,
and
'cause
just
I have
be in
the
new melee mode,
machete.
I thought.
Give item Leto.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
if I go like this, what happens? Oh, the Leto goes away.
Do you want me to see if I can ask him?
I probably have to do it from the arsenal because I need both of them equipped.
No, there
thought
was
there's ways
there was
back.
dev hacks.
Yeah.
All right, well, either way, that is some of the action coming. And I know you guys have some videos because much in Warframe style, when we did the first Melee rework, we added channeling. It was a very sort of energy-based Space Ninja style enhancement to the Melee system. And we're trying, again, something super cool just to give it that Warframe factor that we only have animation videos of.
Yeah.
Halfway point, guys, halfway point.
Yeah. Jeff's nervous all of a sudden.
I'm not. Oh, wait. Pause it for a sec. So the this is purely just a test. I think we're going to just try the system out and see how it feels. But yeah, to speak to the channeling system that you're talking about, we were thinking of. I guess it'd be similar to God of War. It'd be like building up stuff,
Yeah.
building up your channeling energy and releasing it at certain times to enhance your state for a limited time. So we did some tests with some test animations just for the equipping of it.
Oh yeah, for the ultimate.
Yeah.
The new
Yeah.
channeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So this would be like the ninja catches fire, and
Yeah.
now you're in this crazy cool mode after building it up.
The
Totally.
ninja
Devil
catches
trigger.
fire.
Ninja
Devil trigger.
catches
Yeah.
fire.
Ninja catches fire.
Yeah.
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 Tenno rage, LOL. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, kind of.
Yep. And then the whole game just turns into Detroit Become Human. It's like X.
Yes.
And it's all slow motion.
Very true.
And then,
Very true.
And then you get the guy and he's like, X, 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 X. No, it's not that.
It's just, I'm going to just try equipping some stuff and see what happens.
Sure, yeah,
show it all.
they're
Talk
unequipped,
about it,
yeah.
Jeff.
Yep.
Well, it's just, and then these animations would kind of signify the state change. And I think even ideally, when you kind of come out of that, it would be a bigger release animation. So it would kind of show, it would just kind of highlight that kind of sequence. Oh, you get the,
we get the dev hacks here.
Maybe.
Here. Yeah, we're gonna
I
try
need
this.
to-
Yeah. We're gonna try this.
Okay, let me try that.
So
I have no idea what this is and I've never played it before, so don't judge.
oh,
No judging.
No
excuses
judgment.
already.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So you have a sword in secondary, and then did you do that?
That's good, Dean. Thank you. Yep.